A very simple fucking question. Are you going to collapse or are you going to grow? Are you going to choose to use the resistance as fuel, and are you going to perpetuate the cycle of developing and fueling yourself to the goal to accomplish and win the race, versus yourself to win every fucking time the resistance appears? Or are you going to be one of these individuals to collapse within the resistance and to become a part of it, to no longer conquer but to move in a state of lethargy, stagnating in the resistance as it corrodes your spine and bends it to its will instead of yours? It's very fucking simple. We're either going to use the resistance as fuel, or we're going to sit here and we're going to pretend like it's actually doing something. We have to understand that the power is within the resistance. The power is within the growth, and the growth is found in the conquering of the resistance. So are you going to be the individual to stagnate and pretend like this resistance isn't easily fucking conquerable? Or are you going to be like one of these fucking bitches, pussies, who collapse to the resistance and give in and give up and quit on themselves? You have to understand it's very fucking simple. Where you find resistance is where you find growth. And most people, they give up before they can find the growth, so they submit to the resistance. You see, if you're on this channel and you're watching this video and you're subscribed and you follow me on Instagram and such, and you're in the community and such, well, you have to understand that we always choose growth, because growth is the inevitable sequencing to higher levels of self, of personal development. We know that if we grow as a person, our quality of life is going to be higher than it would be if we chose to stagnate on the same level. So most people, they perpetuate the same level. They don't want to wake up. They rather sleepwalk through life instead of wake up and deliberately take action to unfold their potential, which is growing, to unfold the maximum of what they could have been, and then allowing the higher cultivation of the qualities that they had to endure in the resistance, to choose to grow in the resistance instead of to sit there and collapse into it and then to become one with it and to be the resistance. Some people really will work against themselves. You look left, you look right, and you'll realize that people are masters at sabotage and getting in their own fucking way. They rather sit there in a state of lethargy, and they rather sit there in a state of stagnancy when they know they need to do some shit to change. And so now they become one with the resistance, and this force of resistance that is in the mind, they become one with it, they give in, and now they are the resistance. And so you have to look in the mirror and you have to confront yourself, because most of you guys are projecting resistance onto others, not knowing that the resistance is within your mind. And so this resistance is going to lead to a life of stagnancy, a life of zero potential unfoldment. And you have to understand how scary that is, because you only live once. And if you're not going to use your life and catalyze this resistance, if you're not going to transform and transmute this resistance into power, if you're not going to use your mind to bend it to your will instead of bending to the mind's will, you have to understand that you have to actually have internal power. You have to actually have a will to grow. Most of you guys don't even have the will to grow, and so you guys use anything to excuse yourself out of the stagnancy of your life, the complacency of remaining on the same fucking level. It's very fucking simple. You're either gonna look in the mirror and you're gonna realize that you're a stagnating piece of shit and you're gonna do some shit to fix some shit, or you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like the rest of these fucking collapse in the resistance, I project now resistance, as bitches. And most people, you have to understand that the best example is the one in your mind, the best version of you. Most people, they want to mimic. Most people, they want to copy. Most people, they want to compare and then, project as if they're such. But what you want to do is you want to look into your mind, into the depth of your vision, and you want to see the best version of you. What would the best version of you do right now? You're obviously not him, but what the fuck would he do? What the fuck would he do tomorrow? And what the fuck would he do on an endless perpetuation of personal refinement to create a character that is so refined and crystal clear, a character that is so transparent within oneself that he will emanate the eminence of his character, and he will proceed and progress through life instead of remain this delirious, deleterious piece of shit, bitch. And so, guys, again, the resistance is where you're going to grow. And most of you guys want to collapse in the resistance because you're too fucking weak to realize that you could conquer it. So most of you guys become the resistance to yourself. You're the roadblock on the road, and you're also the car that needs to pass the roadblock. So get the fuck out of your own way and let the car fucking pass before it's too late. Most of you guys remain on this red light of existence, never actually moving forward, just waiting and waiting and waiting, like your goals are going to collapse out of the ether, and congratulate you for being such a complacent, stagnant piece of shit. Fuck that. What you have to do is you have to hit the gas, give a fuck if the light is red, and you're gonna keep fucking going until you run straight through the fucking, the finish line. Like, there's a million ways to articulate one thing, but the one thing is to simply understand that if you're not going to grow, well, you're going to stagnate. And the growth is founded in the resistance. And so what is the point of these habits? What is the point of the personal development? What is the point of your videos? What is the point of your brand? It's very fucking simple. To understand that you must grow instead of stagnate, and then breathe hopelessness into life, to sit there and take breath instead of to give it. To take clarity and to confuse it, and then to dilute others because you never became what you were supposed to be. You have to understand that you were meant to be someone, something. And most people, they go their entire life with this superpower of being fucking invisible. And you're going to join the group because that group is rotting in stagnation, or you're going to actually use your mind, you're going to use your brain, and you're going to actually find a purpose within yourself, and you're going to do everything you can to attain it and to become purposeful. Become your fucking purpose. Find the purpose. Fuck that. Become the purpose. Your life is your purpose. And most of these people, they're going to rot in stagnation with no purpose, and they're going to accumulate zero power within their existence because they were so busy distracting themselves from the distraction in the mirror. You have to understand that if you're distracted, you're retracting. We're hyperactive in developing and growing. And so this channel was never meant to change you. It was supposed to be a roadmap. It was supposed to help and clarify to the people who are already growing, who want to grow more, to fucking do it and to maximize in it, and to say fuck all these people who rather pretend like stagnation is this funny gimmick, that rather sit there and smoke the weed, pick up the vape, watch the porn, play the video game, that rather sit there and pretend like they are not wasting their one life, and then pretend and exhibit and put on this performance as if it's all a fucking game. Fuck. Every day we're going to wake up and we're going to demonstrate the best of our ability, and we're going to maximize our capacity, and we're going to steadily move beyond the threshold of what we're capable of, because we understand that the resistance, that is where we find power. And so we find power where they give up. Where they break, we find out we're unbreakable. And then when they try to excuse themselves where they broke, we simply demonstrate and reflect through the results and the character that we created that being unbreakable was always a thing. Most people, they want to limit you to your limitations. I'm telling you that there's no limit. The harder you work and the further you progress and the more you see within yourself, allow this to emanate in your character, and then allow this to be expressed within your existence. Most of you guys compromise yourself. You don't even know how to be your fucking self to the fullest of degrees. You have to understand that you have to shed the dead skin. You have to drop the dead weight. You have to actually look in the mirror and realize that you're failing yourself in the one existence that you get. We're all gonna fucking die. You're either gonna realize that you're gonna make a move on the board that you were supposed to make. You were meant to make that move. Or you're going to sit there in stagnancy, complacency, fear. Most people, they fear what would happen if they made the move. The move is so fucking, you have to be a courageous individual. When you lack courage, well, you're going to be in a fear-driven state of consciousness. And this fear-driven state of consciousness is going to run and dictate the tempo of your life. Choose your tempo. Take the courageous step and find out who the fuck you are through the personal development. Everyone wants to talk the personal development. Everyone wants to talk the discipline. No one wants to make the fucking move, which is gonna demonstrate who the fuck you really are through time. And so be the courageous individual. Don't be one of these impudent pieces of shit that sit there and stagnate and then breathe the hopelessness of their rotten stench within themselves, their pollution of mind, into the ether and spill it for everyone to be fucking aware of. You are a reverberation of your internal world. When you lack specific qualities that are needed to facilitate a high quality character, you are going to be suffering in the subsequent of. And so what we do is we ensure that our character is so refined, and we continue building who the fuck we are until what the fuck we know we are and what the fuck we know we're worth reflects into existence. It's that fucking simple. We're all after results, so we demonstrate why the fuck we deserve it through our fucking conduct. It's that fucking simple. Peace.